Marcus Chen pushed his cleaning cart down the long hallway on the 40th floor. His back hurt from working all day, but he could not stop. He had to finish cleaning before morning came. The tall windows showed the city lights below. It was already 10 o'clock at night. He was 35 years old, but he felt much older. Life had been hard for the past 3 years. His wife Sarah had died from cancer when his daughter Lily was only 5 years old. Everything changed that day. Marcus used to teach piano at a fancy music school. He loved teaching children how to make beautiful music. But after Sarah died, the medical bills were too much. He had to sell his grand piano, the one his grandmother gave him. He had to sell almost everything. Teaching piano did not pay enough money for rent, food, and Lily's medicine. His little girl had asthma, and her medicine cost a lot of money every month, so Marcus became a janitor. He worked at Hartwell Industries, a big company in a tall building in Seattle. He cleaned offices at night while other people slept. During the day, he took care of Lily, helped her with homework, and made sure she took her medicine. Sometimes he worked 2 other small jobs on weekends. He was always tired, but he never complained. Lily was his whole world now. Marcus stopped his cart outside a large office. The name on the door said Victoria Hartwell, Chief Executive Officer. This was the biggest office on the floor. Victoria Hartwell owned the whole company. Everyone said she was very rich and very cold. Workers called her the Ice Queen when she could not hear them. She never smiled. She never talked to workers like Marcus. She just walked past them like they were invisible. Marcus opened the door and turned on his small flashlight. He did not like to turn on all the lights when he cleaned. But then he heard something. A soft crying sound came from inside the dark office. Marcus felt afraid. Was someone hurt? He walked slowly into the office. His flashlight moved across the big desk, the leather chairs, and the tall bookshelf. Then he saw her. A small girl sat on the floor next to the desk. She was crying quietly. Her hands held a white cane. "Hello?" Marcus said softly. He did not want to scare her. "Are you okay?" The girl jumped a little. She turned her head toward his voice, but her eyes did not focus on him. Marcus understood. "She was blind. Who are you?" the girl asked. Her voice was small and scared. "My name is Marcus. I clean the offices here." "What is your name?" "Why are you here so late?" "I'm Emma," the girl said. She wiped her eyes with her hand. "I'm waiting for my mother. She had a meeting. She told me to wait in her office." Marcus looked around. The office was empty except for them. He checked his watch. It was very late for a child to be here. "How long have you been waiting?" he asked. Emma thought for a moment. "I don't know. A long time. Maybe since dinner time. I had dinner in the cafeteria with my nanny. Then my mother said she had an important meeting. She said to wait here." Marcus felt angry. What kind of mother left a blind child alone in a dark office for hours? But he kept his voice calm and kind. "Well, I'm here now. You don't have to be alone anymore. Can I sit with you?" Emma nodded. Marcus sat down on the floor next to her. He was still in his janitor uniform with his name tag. The floor was very clean because he always cleaned this office well. "Why were you crying?" Marcus asked. "I don't like the silence," Emma said. "When it's too quiet, I get scared. At home, I have my music box. It plays songs, but I forgot it today. I asked my mother if I could learn piano so I could make music myself. But she said no. She said blind children should learn useful things, not music." Marcus felt his heart break a little. He knew that pain. He knew what it felt like when someone said music was not important. His own father had said the same thing when Marcus wanted to study music in college. "Your mother is wrong," Marcus said quietly. "Music is very useful. Music makes sad hearts happy. Music makes lonely people feel less alone, and blind people can be amazing musicians. Some of the best piano players in the world could not see." Emma turned toward him with interest. "Really?" "Really," Marcus said. "In fact, some people say that blind musicians hear music better than others. They feel it deeper in their hearts." Emma smiled a little. It was the first smile Marcus had seen on her face. "Do you know music?" Emma asked. "Yes," Marcus said. "I used to teach piano before I worked here. Can you make music now? I really want to hear something, anything. The silence is so loud in my head." Marcus thought for a moment. He did not have his keyboard with him. He did not have any instrument. But he could use his voice. He began to hum. It was a soft, gentle song, one that he used to sing to Lily when she could not sleep. The melody filled the quiet office. Then Marcus started to make other sounds. He tapped his fingers on the floor like raindrops. He whistled like wind. He created a whole world of sound. "Close your eyes," Marcus said, then laughed. "Sorry, listen carefully. Imagine you are in a forest. It's raining softly. The rain hits the leaves on the trees. Tap, tap, tap. A bird sings even though it's raining. Tweet, tweet, tweet. The wind blows through the trees. Whoosh." Emma's face changed completely. The fear disappeared. She smiled wide. She even laughed a little. "I can see it," she said. I can feel it. The forest, the rain. It's beautiful." Marcus continued making the sounds. He made the sound of a stream flowing. He made the sound of thunder far away. He made the sound of the sun coming out after the rain. For 15 minutes, he created a concert with just his voice and his hands. When he stopped, Emma clapped her hands together. "That was the most beautiful thing I ever heard," she said. "You made me forget I was scared." "Music can do that," Marcus said. "Music is magic." They sat together on the floor. Marcus told Emma stories about famous musicians. He told her about Beethoven, who became deaf but still wrote beautiful music. He told her about Ray Charles, who was blind, but became one of the greatest musicians ever. He told her about Stevie Wonder, who could not see but could play many instruments. Emma listened to every word. Her face was full of wonder. No one had ever talked to her like this before. No one had ever made her feel like her blindness did not matter. "Mr. Marcus," Emma said, "do you think I could really learn piano, even though I can't see?" "I know you can," Marcus said. "If you want to learn, I could teach you." Emma's face became sad again. "My mother would never pay for lessons. She thinks music is a waste of time." Marcus thought about this. He thought about his own daughter at home. He thought about how much he loved teaching music. He thought about how this little girl just needed someone to believe in her. "What if I taught you for free?" Marcus said. "I could bring a small keyboard to work. During my break time, I could give you lessons. If your mother doesn't think it's important, we just won't tell her. It can be our secret." Emma's whole face lit up like a Christmas tree. "Really? You would do that for me?" "Really," Marcus said. "But only if you promise to practice. Music takes hard work, I promise," Emma said. She was so happy she could barely sit still. What Marcus did not know was that someone was listening to their conversation. Victoria Hartwell had finished her meeting early. She walked back to her office and saw the door was open. She was about to walk in when she heard voices. Her daughter's voice and a man's voice. Victoria stood very still outside the door. She listened to everything. She listened to Marcus create music with just his voice. She listened to her daughter laugh, really laugh, for the first time in months. She listened to this janitor tell Emma she could do anything she wanted. Victoria felt something strange in her chest. It hurt. It was like ice breaking inside her heart. She put her hand over her mouth to stop herself from making any sound. Tears came to her eyes, but she did not understand why. She had not heard her daughter laugh like that in so long. When was the last time? Victoria could not remember. When was the last time she sat with Emma and just talked? When was the last time she made her daughter smile? Victoria thought about her own childhood. Her mother had been strict and cold. When Victoria wanted to play piano as a little girl, her mother said no. "Music is for poor people who have nothing better to do," her mother had said. "You will study business. You will be successful. You will be rich. That is all that matters." Victoria had obeyed. She went to the best schools. She worked harder than everyone else. She built a company worth millions of dollars. But she was not happy. She had not been happy since her husband died 6 years ago. When Emma was only 2 years old, Victoria's husband had a heart attack and died suddenly. Victoria was so scared and sad that she locked her heart away. She decided feelings were dangerous. She decided love made people weak. So she became cold. She focused only on work. She barely spent time with Emma. She hired nannies to take care of her daughter. She told herself she was protecting Emma by teaching her to be strong and independent. But really, Victoria was just afraid. Afraid to love. Afraid to lose someone again. Afraid to feel anything. Now standing outside her office door, listening to her daughter talk to a janitor, Victoria realized something terrible. She had become exactly like her own mother. Cold, distant, cruel. She had told Emma that music was useless, the same way her mother had told her. She had pushed her daughter away, the same way she had been pushed away. Victoria wanted to walk into the office. She wanted to say she was sorry. She wanted to hug her daughter, but she could not move. The ice around her heart was too thick. She had built walls so high that she did not know how to climb over them anymore. Instead, Victoria did something else. She walked quietly to the security office down the hall. She asked the guard to show her the cameras for her office. She watched the screen. She saw Marcus sitting on the floor with Emma. She saw her daughter's happy face. She saw the kindness in this stranger's eyes. "Can you save this recording?" Victoria asked the guard. "Yes, ma'am," the guard said. He looked confused but did not ask questions. "I want you to save every recording of my office from now on," Victoria said. "Every day. Every night. Don't delete anything." The guard nodded. "Yes, ma'am." Victoria walked back toward her office. She made noise with her shoes so Marcus and Emma would hear her coming. When she entered the office, Marcus was standing up. He grabbed his cleaning cart quickly. Emma was sitting in a chair now, holding her white cane. "Mother," Emma said. She did not sound happy. She sounded nervous. Victoria looked at Marcus. He was just a janitor in a blue uniform. He had tired eyes and rough hands. But there was something kind in his face, something gentle. "Who are you?" Victoria asked. Her voice was cold and hard, like always. "Marcus Chen, ma'am," he said. "I'm the night janitor. I was just cleaning your office. I found your daughter waiting. I kept her company until you returned." Victoria looked at her daughter. "Emma, get your things. We're leaving." Emma stood up slowly. She looked sad again. All the happiness from before was gone. "Thank you, Mr. Marcus," Emma said quietly. "You're welcome, Emma," Marcus said. He wanted to say more, but Victoria's cold eyes made him stay quiet. Victoria took Emma's hand and walked out of the office. She did not say thank you to Marcus. She did not say anything. She just left. Marcus stood alone in the big office. He felt sad for Emma. That little girl deserved so much better. She deserved a mother who loved her, who supported her dreams, who made her feel special. He finished cleaning the office and moved to the next one. But he could not stop thinking about Emma. He could not forget her smile when he made music for her. He could not forget how much she wanted to learn piano. That night when Marcus got home, it was almost midnight. His daughter Lily was asleep in her bed. Marcus looked at her peaceful face. He kissed her forehead gently. He was so lucky to have her. He would do anything for her. He would work 100 jobs if he had to. Marcus went to the closet and pulled out an old box. Inside was his portable keyboard. It was small and old, but it still worked. He had not used it in a long time. He pressed one of the keys. The sound filled the quiet apartment. It made Marcus smile and feel sad at the same time. He decided right then that he would help Emma. He would bring this keyboard to work. He would teach her music during his breaks. Even if her mother did not care, even if no one else believed in her, Marcus would. Because every child deserved to have someone believe in them. Every child deserved to have their dreams supported. Marcus did not know that far across the city, in a tall apartment with expensive furniture, Victoria Hartwell sat alone in the dark. She was watching the video recording from her office on her laptop. She watched Marcus create music for Emma. She watched her daughter laugh and smile, and for the first time in 6 years, Victoria Hartwell cried. Really cried. She cried for the daughter she had ignored. She cried for the mother she had become. She cried for the little girl she used to be, who just wanted to play piano and was told no. But Victoria did not know what to do with these feelings. So she closed the laptop. She wiped her tears. She built her ice walls back up. She told herself she was watching the videos to make sure the janitor was safe around her daughter. She told herself it was just about security. She told herself she was not crying because she finally saw how badly she had failed as a mother. Victoria told herself many lies that night. But deep down, in the part of her heart that was still not frozen, she knew the truth. She knew that Janitor had done more for Emma in 1 hour than she had done in months. And that truth hurt more than anything else in the world. The next morning, Marcus went to work early. He hid his keyboard in a supply closet on the 40th floor. He waited and hoped that Emma would come back to her mother's office. He waited and hoped he would get a chance to teach her, to help her, to show her that someone cared. And in her big office, Victoria Hartwell sat at her desk. She tried to focus on her work, but she kept thinking about the janitor and her daughter. She kept wondering what would happen next. She kept feeling the ice around her heart crack just a little bit more. 2 weeks passed before Marcus saw Emma again. Every night he cleaned the 40th floor and checked Victoria's office, but it was always empty. He wondered if Victoria had changed Emma's schedule to keep her away from him. Maybe she thought he was dangerous. Maybe she did not want a janitor talking to her daughter. But Marcus kept the keyboard hidden in the supply closet just in case. Hope was a strange thing. Even when it seemed foolish, he could not let it go. Then one Thursday night, Marcus heard a familiar voice. He was cleaning an office 3 doors down from Victoria's when he heard Emma talking to someone. "I have to wait here," Emma was saying. "My mother has a meeting with people from Japan. She said it might take 3 hours. 3 hours is a long time, Miss Emma," another voice said. It sounded like an older woman. "Are you sure you'll be okay?" "I'll be fine, Margaret," Emma said. "I have my books. Well, my audiobooks. And my phone. I can call you if I need anything." "All right, dear. I'll be back at 10 o'clock to pick you up." Marcus heard footsteps walking away. Then silence. He finished the office he was cleaning and pushed his cart toward Victoria's office. The door was open. Emma sat on the leather couch wearing headphones. She had a device in her hands that read books out loud. Marcus knocked gently on the doorframe. Emma pulled off her headphones. "Hello?" she said. "Who's there?" "It's Marcus," he said. "The janitor. We met a few weeks ago." Emma's face became very bright. She jumped up from the couch so fast she almost dropped her device. "Mr. Marcus, you came back. I thought I would never see you again. I mean, never talk to you again." She laughed at her own mistake. "I work here every night," Marcus said, smiling. "I've been hoping you would come back. I have something for you." "What is it?" Emma asked. She walked toward his voice carefully, using her cane. "Wait here," Marcus said. "I'll be right back." He went to the supply closet and got his keyboard. It was not very heavy, but he was nervous carrying it. What if someone saw him? What if he got in trouble? But when he came back and saw Emma's excited face, all his worry disappeared. "Is that a piano?" Emma asked. She could hear the sound of the case. "It's a keyboard," Marcus said. "A small electronic piano. I told you I would teach you, remember?" Emma's hands went to her mouth. She looked like she might cry, but they were happy tears. "You really meant it? You really brought a piano for me?" "I never say things I don't mean," Marcus said. He set up the keyboard on Victoria's big desk. He plugged it into the wall and turned it on. "Come here. Let me show you where the keys are." Emma walked over carefully. Marcus guided her hands to the keyboard. He showed her where middle C was. He taught her how to feel the groups of black keys to know where she was on the piano. "The piano has a pattern," Marcus explained. 2 black keys together, then 3 black keys together, then 2 black keys again. That pattern repeats over and over. You can always find your way if you remember the pattern. Emma touched the keys softly. She pressed middle C. The sound filled the office. She smiled so big that Marcus smiled too. "That's your home base," Marcus said. "Middle C. Everything starts there." For the next hour, Marcus taught Emma the basics. He showed her how to curve her fingers. He taught her the names of 5 notes, C, D, E, F, G. He made up a silly song to help her remember. "Cats don't eat French grapes." Emma laughed at the silly words. But she learned fast, very fast. By the end of the hour, she could play all 5 notes without looking at her hands. Of course, she could never look at her hands, but Marcus knew what he meant. "You're a natural," Marcus said. "You have great rhythm, and your touch is gentle but strong." "That's very rare." "Really?" Emma asked. "You're not just being nice?" "Really," Marcus promised. "I've taught a lot of students." "You have a gift, Emma." Emma looked like she might float away from happiness. She played the 5 notes again and again, making up little patterns. "Can I ask you something?" Emma said, still playing the notes. "Of course. Why are you being so nice to me?" "No one is ever this nice to me except my nanny Margaret." Marcus felt sad hearing this. He thought about his own daughter Lily. She had so many people who loved her. Marcus, her grandparents, her teachers, her friends. Emma seemed to have no one except a paid nanny. "Everyone deserves kindness," Marcus said. "And everyone deserves to have their dreams supported." "You want to learn piano?" "I can teach piano." "So I'm helping you. It's simple." "My mother says nothing is simple," Emma said quietly. "She says everything has a price." "Well, your mother is wrong about that," Marcus said gently. "Some things are free, like kindness, like music, like friendship." Emma stopped playing. She turned toward Marcus's voice. "Are we friends?" "If you want to be," Marcus said. I do, Emma said. I really do. I don't have many friends. Kids at my school are afraid of me because I'm blind, and I can't see their faces, so I can't tell if they like me or not. Then yes, Marcus said. We're friends, and friends help each other. So I'll help you learn piano, and you can help me by practicing hard. Deal? Deal, Emma said. What Marcus and Emma did not know was that Victoria was watching them. Not in person this time, but on her computer in the conference room. She had set up the security cameras to send video to her phone and laptop. During her meeting with the Japanese investors, she kept checking the video. She saw Marcus bring the keyboard. She saw him teach Emma with such patience. She saw her daughter smile and laugh in a way Victoria had not seen in years. The Japanese investors noticed Victoria was distracted. She kept looking at her laptop instead of listening to their presentation. This was not like her. Victoria Hartwell was always focused, always professional. But tonight she could not stop watching her daughter. When the meeting finally ended, Victoria did not go to her office. Instead, she went back to the security office. She asked the guard to show her all the recordings from her office for the past 2 weeks. She watched Marcus clean the office every night. She saw him check to see if Emma was there. She saw him look sad when the office was empty. This janitor really cared about her daughter. Why? What did he want? Victoria had been rich and powerful for so long that she forgot some people did things without wanting anything back. In her world, everyone wanted something. Every act of kindness was really a business move. But watching Marcus teach Emma, Victoria could see he was not pretending. He was not trying to trick anyone. He was just being kind. And that confused Victoria more than anything. She went to her office after 10 o'clock after she knew Emma and Margaret would be gone. The keyboard was gone too. Marcus must have hidden it again. Victoria sat at her desk where the keyboard had been. She touched the spot and wondered what it felt like to play music. She had not touched a piano since she was 8 years old. Over the next 3 weeks, a pattern developed. Emma came to the office every Tuesday and Thursday night. Margaret dropped her off and Marcus taught her during his break. They kept the keyboard hidden in the supply closet. They were very careful. They did not want anyone to know, especially Victoria. Emma learned quickly. Marcus taught her simple songs. Mary Had a Little Lamb, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, Ode to Joy. Every song made Emma happy. She practiced the patterns over and over until her fingers remembered them without her brain having to think. Muscle memory, Marcus explained. Your fingers learn the pattern. For you, this is even better. You don't need to see the notes on paper. You feel the music. You hear it. You remember it. Emma loved learning. She asked Marcus questions about everything. Why are there black keys and white keys? Who invented the piano? How many keys are on a real piano? Marcus answered every question. He loved teaching again. He had forgotten how good it felt to share music with someone who truly wanted to learn. During their lessons, Emma talked about her life. She told Marcus about her school for blind children. She told him about her nanny Margaret, who was kind but old and tired. She told him about her big empty apartment where she lived with her mother but felt alone. My mother is very busy, Emma said one night. She was practicing a new song and her words came out between the notes. She runs a big company. She has important meetings. She travels a lot. Sometimes I don't see her for days. That must be hard, Marcus said. I'm used to it, Emma said, but her voice was sad. She's been like this since my father died. I don't really remember him. I was very little. But Margaret told me my mother used to be different before. She used to smile. She used to read me stories. But then my father died and everything changed. Marcus understood loss. He knew how it could change a person. When Sarah died, he had been so sad he could barely function for months. But he had Lily. He had to keep going for her. Maybe Victoria did not know how to keep going. Maybe she was still stuck in her grief, frozen in the moment her husband died. Your mother loves you, Marcus said. Sometimes people show love in strange ways. Sometimes they don't know how to show it at all. Do you think so? Emma asked. Sometimes I think she wishes I was different. Normal, not blind. Emma, listen to me, Marcus said seriously. You are perfect exactly as you are. Being blind is not being broken. It's just being different. And different is good. Different is special. Emma stopped playing. She turned toward Marcus. You really believe that? I really believe that, Marcus said. Victoria went to Emma's room. She had not been in there in months. She stood in the doorway and looked around. The room was neat and organized. Everything had a place. Emma could not see, so Margaret made sure everything was always in the same spot. Clothes in the closet, books on the shelf, toys in the box. But something caught Victoria's eye. On Emma's desk was a notebook. Not a regular notebook. It was a Braille notebook. Victoria picked it up carefully. She could not read Braille, but she could feel the raised dots under her fingers. She wondered what Emma wrote in here. Homework, stories, secrets. Victoria put the notebook down. Next to it was a photo in a frame. Victoria picked it up. It was a picture of Emma as a baby with her father. Emma's father, Robert, was smiling in the photo. He was holding baby Emma in his arms and looking at her with so much love. Victoria felt tears come to her eyes. She missed Robert so much. He had been kind and warm, everything she was not. When he died, Victoria felt like half of herself died too. She did not know how to live without him. So she stopped living. She just worked. Work was safe. Work did not hurt. But looking at the photo, Victoria realized Robert would be so disappointed in her. He loved Emma so much. He would want Emma to be happy. He would want Victoria to be a good mother. And Victoria was failing. She was failing Robert. She was failing Emma. She was failing herself. Victoria put the photo down and left the room. She could not breathe. The feelings were too strong. She went to her own room and sat on her bed. She put her face in her hands. She wanted to cry, but the tears would not come anymore. She had frozen them too long ago. Back at the office, Marcus and Emma were finishing their lesson for the night. Emma had just learned a new song and she was so proud of herself. "Next week I'll teach you something harder," Marcus said. "You're ready for 2 hands now." "2 hands?" Emma said. "That sounds impossible." "It's not impossible," Marcus said. "It's just practice. Your left hand will play one thing while your right hand plays another thing. It seems hard at first, but your brain learns how to do both things at once." "If you think I can do it, then I'll try," Emma said. "That's my girl," Marcus said. Then he stopped. "Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. You're not my girl. You're your mother's girl." "It's okay," Emma said quietly. "I like when you say it. It makes me feel like someone cares about me." Marcus felt his heart break a little. This sweet child should never feel like no one cared. He wanted to hug her, but he knew that would not be appropriate. He was just the janitor. She was the CEO's daughter. There were boundaries. "I care about you, Emma," Marcus said. "And I'm proud of how hard you work." "Thank you, Mr. Marcus," Emma said. "You're the best teacher ever. You're the best friend ever, too." Just then they heard footsteps in the hallway. Marcus quickly unplugged the keyboard and put it back in its case. "That's probably Margaret," he said. "She's early tonight." But it was not Margaret. Victoria Hartwell walked into the office. She looked at Marcus holding the keyboard case. She looked at Emma sitting at the desk. For a long moment, no one said anything. "Mother," Emma said. She sounded scared. "I thought you had a meeting." "It ended early," Victoria said. Her voice was cold and flat. She looked at Marcus. "What is that you're holding?" Marcus knew he was caught. He could lie, but what good would that do? Emma would tell the truth anyway. Emma was a good girl. She would not lie for him. "It's a keyboard, ma'am," Marcus said. "I've been teaching Emma piano during my breaks." Victoria's face showed no emotion. "I see, and who gave you permission to do this?" "No one, ma'am," Marcus said. "I offered and Emma wanted to learn. I didn't think it would be a problem." "You didn't think," Victoria repeated. Her voice was like ice. "You, a janitor, decided to spend time alone with my daughter, and you didn't think you needed permission?" Emma stood up quickly. "Mother, please, Mr. Marcus was just being nice. He didn't do anything wrong. I asked him to teach me. It's my fault." "Go wait in the car, Emma," Victoria said. "Margaret is waiting for you downstairs." "But Mother—" "Now, Emma." Emma knew that tone. There was no point in arguing. She grabbed her cane and her bag. As she walked past Marcus, she whispered, "I'm sorry." Then Emma was gone. It was just Victoria and Marcus in the big office. Victoria closed the door. Marcus felt very nervous. He was probably going to lose his job. He needed this job. Lily needed her medicine. He could not lose this job. "I apologize, Mrs. Hartwell," Marcus said quickly. "I should have asked permission. I just saw that Emma wanted to learn and I used to teach piano, so I thought—" Stop talking, Victoria said. She walked to her desk and sat down. She looked at Marcus for a long time. How long has this been going on? 3 weeks, Marcus said honestly. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Only during my break time. I never neglected my work. I know, Victoria said. Marcus was confused. You know? I've been watching, Victoria said. She turned her computer screen toward him. On the screen was a video of tonight's lesson. I've been watching every lesson. Every single one. Marcus felt cold. She had been watching? All this time? Then why did she wait until now to say something? Why? Marcus asked. If you knew, why didn't you stop us? Victoria was quiet for a moment. When she spoke, her voice was softer. Not warm, but not ice-cold either. Something in between. Because I wanted to see what would happen, she said. I wanted to see if you were really kind or if you wanted something from me. Rich people have to be careful. Everyone wants something. I don't want anything, Marcus said. I just wanted to help Emma. She's a sweet kid. She deserves to learn music if she wants to. I told her no when she asked me for lessons, Victoria said. I know, Marcus said. She told me. But I think you're wrong. Emma has real talent. She learns fast. She has perfect pitch. She could be really good if someone gives her a chance. Victoria stood up. She walked to the window and looked out at the city lights.
My mother told me no when I wanted piano lessons.
She said music was for lazy people who didn't want to work hard. She said I should focus on important things. With respect, ma'am, your mother was wrong, Marcus said. Music is important. Music teaches discipline. It teaches patience. It teaches children that hard work leads to beautiful results. Emma is learning all of that. Victoria turned to look at him. You really believe that? I know that, Marcus said. I've seen it in hundreds of students over the years. Victoria walked back to her desk. She sat down and put her hands together. She looked at Marcus with an expression he could not read. How much do you charge for lessons? She asked. I don't charge Emma anything, Marcus said. I told you. I'm doing this because I want to help her. Everyone charges for something, Victoria said. No one works for free. I'm not working, Marcus said. I'm teaching a friend. There's a difference. Victoria stared at him. She had never met anyone like this janitor. He really did not want anything. He really was just being kind. She did not understand it, but she could see it was true. I could fire you, Victoria said. You broke the rules. You spent time with my daughter without permission. You could have been anyone. You could have hurt her. But I didn't, Marcus said. And I never would. I have a daughter, too. Her name is Lily. She's 8 years old. I would never hurt a child. Victoria nodded slowly. I know. I looked into your background after the first time you met Emma. I know about your wife. I know about your daughter's medical bills. I know why you work 3 jobs. I know everything about you, Mr. Chen. Marcus felt uncomfortable knowing she had investigated him. But he understood. She was protecting her daughter. So what happens now? Marcus asked. Do I lose my job? Victoria was quiet for a long time. Finally, she said something Marcus did not expect. No, she said. You can keep your job, and you can keep teaching Emma, but I have conditions. Marcus could not believe what he was hearing. Conditions? Yes, Victoria said. You will teach Emma twice a week like you've been doing. But I want reports. I want to know what she's learning. I want to know her progress. I'm her mother. I should know these things. Of course, Marcus said. I can do that. And one more thing, Victoria said. She looked uncomfortable, like the next words were hard to say. I want to watch. Not on the cameras. I want to be in the room. I want to see my daughter learn. I've missed too much already. Marcus smiled. This was good. This meant Victoria was trying. She was trying to be better. That would be great, Marcus said. Emma would love that. She wants you to be proud of her. I am proud of her, Victoria said quietly. Then she looked away like she had said too much. Marcus picked up his keyboard case. I should get back to work. I'm behind schedule now. Mr. Chen, Victoria said as he reached the door. Thank you. For caring about my daughter. For seeing her as more than her disability. For giving her something I could not. Marcus turned back. It's not too late, you know. You could still give her everything. You're her mother. That's what she wants most. Not piano. Not music. Just you. Victoria did not say anything. Marcus left the office and went back to his cleaning. But as he pushed his cart down the hallway, he felt hope. Maybe things would get better for Emma. Maybe Victoria was starting to thaw. Maybe, just maybe, this family could heal. In her office, Victoria sat alone in the dark. She thought about what Marcus said. Emma wanted her. Just her. 3 months passed. Emma's piano lessons continued every Tuesday and Thursday night. But everything was different now. Victoria came to every lesson. At first, she just sat in the corner of her office and watched silently. She did not talk. She did not ask questions. She just watched her daughter play. Marcus found it very strange at first. Having the CEO sitting there watching him teach made him nervous. He kept worrying he would make a mistake. But after a few lessons, he got used to it. And he noticed something interesting. Victoria was not watching him. She was watching Emma. She watched every movement of Emma's fingers. She watched every smile on Emma's face. She watched like someone who had been blind themselves and could finally see. Emma was happy that her mother came to the lessons. She played better when Victoria was there. She wanted to impress her mother. She wanted to make her proud. After each lesson, Emma would ask, "Did you like it, Mother? Was I good?" And Victoria would say, "Yes, Emma, you did well." Her voice was still stiff and formal, but it was something. It was more than before. Marcus noticed small changes in Victoria, too. She started coming home earlier on lesson nights. She stopped checking her phone during the lessons. Once, when Emma played a difficult part perfectly, Marcus saw Victoria smile. It was just a tiny smile, quick and small, but it was there. The ice was melting, slowly but surely. During this time, Emma improved incredibly fast. She could now play with both hands. She could play songs with different rhythms. She could even make up her own small melodies. Marcus had never seen a student learn so quickly. "You have a gift, Emma," Marcus told her one night. "You're not just good. You're exceptional." "What does exceptional mean?" Emma asked. "It means special. Very special. It means you could really be a pianist if you wanted to." Emma's face glowed with happiness. "Really? You think I could play in concerts? Like the famous people you told me about?" "I think you could do anything you want," Marcus said. Victoria was sitting in the corner as usual. She heard everything. And for once she spoke up. "Mr. Chen is right," Victoria said. Both Marcus and Emma looked at her in surprise. Victoria never spoke during lessons. "You have improved significantly, Emma. I'm impressed." Emma turned toward her mother's voice. Her whole face lit up brighter than the sun. "You're impressed? Really, Mother?" "Yes," Victoria said. She stood up and walked closer. She stood next to Emma at the keyboard. "Play that last song again. The one about the stars." Emma played Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but Marcus had arranged it in a complex way with harmonies and variations. Emma's fingers moved across the keys with confidence. When she finished, Victoria did something she had not done in 6 years. She put her hand on Emma's shoulder. Emma froze. She was not used to her mother touching her. Slowly, she reached up and put her hand on top of Victoria's hand. "Thank you for coming to my lessons, Mother," Emma whispered. "It means everything to me." Victoria's throat felt tight. She could not speak. She just squeezed Emma's shoulder gently, then went back to her corner. But Marcus saw tears in Victoria's eyes. She turned away so no one would see, but Marcus saw. And he understood. Victoria was trying. She was fighting against years of coldness and distance. It was hard for her, but she was trying. One night in late October, Marcus brought Emma some exciting news. "Emma, I have something to tell you," Marcus said. "The company is having its annual charity gala in December. It's a big event where employees can show their talents. Some people sing, some people dance, some people tell jokes, and some people play music." "That sounds nice," Emma said. "What about it?" "I think you should perform," Marcus said. Emma's hands froze on the keyboard. "What?" "No, I can't. I'm not good enough." "Yes, you are," Marcus said. "You're more than good enough. And I think it would be wonderful for people to see what you can do." "But I'm scared," Emma whispered. "What if I make mistakes? What if people laugh at me?" "People won't laugh," Marcus said gently. "And if you make mistakes, so what? Everyone makes mistakes. That's part of being human. What matters is that you try. What matters is that you share your gift with others." Emma shook her head. "I don't know, Mr. Marcus. It sounds scary." Victoria had been listening from her corner. She spoke up. "What would Emma play?" Marcus turned to look at her. I was thinking we could arrange something special for her. Something beautiful that shows how far she's come. Maybe Claire de Lune by Debussy. I could simplify it and adapt it for her level. That's a difficult piece, Victoria said. Emma can handle difficult, Marcus said. She's proven that every lesson. Victoria looked at Emma. Her daughter looked scared and unsure. Victoria knew that feeling. She had felt it many times in her life. Fear of failure, fear of looking foolish, fear of not being good enough. Emma, Victoria said quietly, if you want to perform, I support you. If you don't want to, that's okay too. It's your choice. Emma turned toward her mother's voice. What do you think I should do? Victoria thought for a long moment. She thought about her own mother, who had made every decision for her, who had never asked what Victoria wanted, who had never let her choose her own path. I think you should do what makes you happy, Victoria said. If performing would make you happy, do it. If it would make you unhappy, don't do it. But don't let fear make the decision. Don't let fear steal your chance to shine. Emma was quiet. Then she took a deep breath. Okay, I'll do it. I'll perform at the gala. Marcus clapped his hands together. Excellent. We have 6 weeks to prepare. That's plenty of time. We'll work hard, but we'll also have fun. This is going to be great, Emma. And so the preparation began. Marcus came to work 2 hours early before his shift every Tuesday and Thursday. He used that time to give Emma extra lessons. He took the piece Claire de Lune and carefully arranged it for Emma. He kept the beautiful melody but made it simpler. He made sure every note was something Emma could reach and play comfortably. Emma practiced harder than she had ever practiced anything in her life. Margaret, her nanny, said Emma even practiced on the dining room table at home, moving her fingers and humming the melody. Emma fell asleep thinking about the music. She woke up thinking about the music. The music filled her whole world. Victoria watched every practice session. She saw her daughter work with determination and focus. She saw Emma make mistakes and try again. She saw Emma get frustrated and then push through the frustration. Victoria had always thought Emma was weak because she was blind. But watching Emma prepare for this performance, Victoria realized her daughter was incredibly strong. One night, 4 weeks before the gala, Emma was struggling with a particular section. She played it wrong 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. She got so frustrated that she hit the keyboard with her hands. I can't do it, Emma cried. It's too hard. I'm going to mess up at the gala. Everyone will see what a failure I am. Marcus had never seen Emma like this. She was usually so positive and patient, but the pressure of the performance was getting to her. Emma, Marcus said calmly, take a deep breath. You're being too hard on yourself. I just want to be perfect, Emma said. Tears ran down her face. I want to make everyone proud. I want to make Mother proud. Victoria stood up from her corner. She walked over to the keyboard. She sat down on the bench next to Emma. Emma, look at me, Victoria said. Then she corrected herself. Emma, listen to me. You don't have to be perfect. I don't need you to be perfect. I just need you to be you. But you're perfect at everything, Emma said. You run a huge company. Everyone respects you. Everyone thinks you're amazing. I want to be like you. Victoria felt like someone had stabbed her in the heart. Her daughter wanted to be like her. The cold, distant, workaholic mother who had ignored her for years. Emma, Victoria said, and her voice cracked a little. I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. In fact, I've made so many mistakes, especially with you. I haven't been a good mother. I've been absent. I've been cold. I've put work before you. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Emma turned toward her mother. She could not see Victoria's face, but she could hear something different in her voice. Something warm. Something real. You're here now, Emma said softly. You come to every lesson. That means a lot to me, Mother. Victoria reached out and took Emma's hand. It was the first time she had really held her daughter's hand in years. Emma's hand was small and warm in hers. I'm going to do better, Victoria promised. I'm going to be here more, not just for piano lessons, for everything, for dinner, for bedtime, for talking, for whatever you need. You're my daughter and I love you. I should have said that a long time ago. Emma started crying harder, but these were happy tears. She leaned against her mother, and Victoria, after years of keeping everyone at a distance, wrapped her arms around her daughter and held her tight. Marcus watched this moment and felt tears in his own eyes. This was why he taught music, not just to teach notes and rhythms, but to bring people together, to heal wounds, to build bridges. Music had the power to change lives. He saw it happening right in front of him. After a few minutes, Victoria and Emma pulled apart. Emma wiped her eyes and smiled. "Can we try that hard part again?" Emma asked. "I think I can do it now." "Of course," Marcus said. And Emma did do it. On the very next try, she played the difficult section perfectly. Something had shifted in her. She was not playing to be perfect anymore. She was just playing to share something beautiful. And that made all the difference. The next 3 weeks flew by. Emma's performance got better and better. Marcus added small touches to make it more special. He taught Emma how to use the pedal to make the sound richer. He taught her how to add dynamics, playing some parts soft and gentle, other parts loud and powerful. Victoria continued to change too. She started having dinner with Emma every night. She cut back her work hours. She even hired a new assistant to handle some of her responsibilities. For the first time in years, Victoria made Emma her priority. One evening at dinner, just the two of them at their big dining table, Emma asked her mother a question. "Mother, did you ever want to play piano?" Victoria was surprised by the question. She put down her fork. "Why do you ask?" "I don't know," Emma said. "Sometimes during my lessons I feel you paying such close attention. Like you're learning too. Like you want to play." Victoria was quiet for a long moment. "Yes," she finally said. "When I was your age, I wanted to play piano more than anything. I used to listen to recordings of great pianists and dream about playing like them." "What happened?" Emma asked. "My mother said no," Victoria said. "She said music was a waste of time. She said I needed to focus on business and success, so I gave up the dream. I buried it deep and tried to forget about it." "That's so sad," Emma said. "I'm sorry, Mother." "Don't be sorry," Victoria said. "I'm telling you this because I don't want to be like my mother. I don't want to crush your dreams the way she crushed mine. If you want to play piano, play piano. If you want to be a musician, be a musician. I'll support you no matter what." Emma smiled. "Thank you, Mother. But I have an idea. After the gala, maybe Mr. Marcus could teach both of us. We could learn together." Victoria felt warmth spread through her chest. "I would like that very much." The night before the gala, Marcus gave Emma one final lesson. They ran through the entire piece 3 times. Each time was beautiful. Each time was perfect. "You're ready," Marcus said. "Tomorrow night you're going to be amazing." "I'm still nervous," Emma admitted. "There will be so many people there." "Being nervous is okay," Marcus said. "Even professional musicians get nervous. The trick is to use that nervous energy to play with more passion. Let the nerves make you play with your whole heart." "Will you be there?" Emma asked. "At the gala?" Marcus hesitated. "Emma, I'm just a janitor. The gala is for employees and executives. I don't think I'm invited." "Yes, you are," Victoria said from her corner. "I'm inviting you. You're Emma's teacher. You should be there to see her perform." Marcus was shocked. "Mrs. Hartwell, I don't have anything nice to wear. I can't afford a suit." "That's not a problem," Victoria said. "I'll take care of it. Consider it payment for all the lessons you've given Emma. You've never charged me anything. Let me do this for you." Marcus wanted to argue, but he saw the look on Victoria's face. This was important to her. She wanted to do something nice for him. "Thank you," Marcus said. "That's very generous." "It's the least I can do," Victoria said. "You've given my daughter more than I ever could. You've given her confidence. You've given her joy. You've given her a gift that will last her whole life." The next day, a package arrived at Marcus's apartment. Inside was a beautiful black suit, a white shirt, and a blue tie. Everything fit perfectly. There was also a note from Victoria. "Thank you for everything you've done for Emma and for me." VH Marcus put on the suit that evening. His daughter Lily gasped when she saw him. "Daddy, you look like a prince," she said. Marcus laughed. "Not a prince, just a janitor in a nice suit." "Can I come to the show?" Lily asked. "I want to see Emma play." Marcus had not thought about bringing Lily, but why not? Emma and Lily had met a few times when Marcus brought Lily to work during school breaks. The two girls had become friends. Marcus called Victoria. "Mrs. Hartwell, would it be okay if I brought my daughter to the gala? She'd really like to see Emma perform." "Of course," Victoria said without hesitation. "I'd love to meet Lily properly. Bring her." So that evening, Marcus and Lily walked into the Hartwell Industries building dressed in their best clothes. The lobby had been transformed into a beautiful event space. There were flowers everywhere, round tables with white tablecloths, a stage with lights. It looked magical. Marcus found their assigned table. He was surprised to see it was near the front. Usually, lower-level employees sat in the back, but Victoria had placed him close to the stage so he could see Emma clearly. People started arriving. Executives in expensive suits, managers in fancy dresses. Everyone looked important and successful. Marcus felt out of place, but then he remembered why he was here. He was here for Emma. Nothing else mattered. Victoria arrived with Emma. Victoria wore a dark blue dress and looked elegant and powerful. Emma wore a white dress with pink flowers. Her hair was done in a pretty braid. She held her white cane in one hand and her mother's hand in the other. Marcus had never seen them hold hands before. It made him smile. So much had changed in these 3 months. Emma performed fifth in the program. Marcus watched 4 other acts first. A man sang a song. A woman did a comedy routine. 2 people performed a dance. Everyone was good, but Marcus knew Emma would be special. Finally, it was Emma's turn. Victoria walked Emma to the stage. She guided her to the piano bench. She made sure Emma knew where the pedal was and where the keys were. Then Victoria leaned down and whispered something in Emma's ear. Emma nodded and smiled. Victoria walked off the stage and sat at the table with Marcus and Lily. Her hands were shaking. Marcus could see she was more nervous than Emma. Emma sat at the piano. The room became completely silent. Everyone waited. Marcus could feel the tension in the air. He knew some people were judging Emma already. The blind girl. The CEO's daughter. They expected her to be bad. They expected this to be embarrassing. But then Emma started to play, and everything changed. The first notes of Clair de Lune filled the room. Soft, gentle, beautiful. Emma's fingers moved across the keys like she had been playing for years, not months. The melody was simple but emotional. It touched something deep in everyone's heart. Marcus watched the audience. He saw faces change. He saw skepticism turn to surprise. He saw surprise turn to wonder. People were not just listening. They were feeling. Some people closed their eyes. Some people smiled. Some people had tears in their eyes. Victoria sat frozen watching her daughter. Tears streamed down her face. She made no effort to wipe them away. She just let them fall. Next to her, young Lily watched with wide eyes, amazed that her friend Emma could make such beautiful sounds. Emma played with her whole heart. She did not worry about mistakes. She did not worry about being perfect. She just played. She let the music flow through her. She let it tell a story of a lonely girl who found friendship, a story of a broken family that started to heal, a story of dreams that came true when someone believed. The piece was only 4 minutes long, but it felt like time stopped. When Emma played the final note, there was silence. Complete silence. For 3 seconds, no one moved. No one breathed. Then the room exploded with applause. Everyone stood up. The whole room gave Emma a standing ovation. People were cheering. Some were wiping tears from their eyes. It was not just polite applause. It was real. It was powerful. It was the sound of hundreds of people who had just witnessed something truly special. Emma sat at the piano, not moving. She could hear the applause. She could feel the vibration of hundreds of hands clapping. Slowly, she stood up. She could not see the audience, but she smiled toward them, and they applauded even louder. Victoria stood up and walked to the stage. She took Emma's hand and raised it up like Emma had just won a championship. Mother and daughter stood there together while everyone cheered. It was a moment Marcus would never forget. But Marcus did not know that this moment was about to change everything. He did not know that Victoria was about to do something that would surprise everyone in the room. He did not know that the next few minutes would transform his life completely. Because Victoria Hartwell, the Ice Queen, the cold CEO who never showed emotion, was about to show the world who she really was. She was about to tear down every wall she had built. She was about to be brave in a way she had never been brave before. And it all started with 3 simple words spoken into a microphone in front of 300 people. I have something to say. The applause was still thundering through the room when Victoria took the microphone from the master of ceremonies. Emma stood next to her mother on the stage, still holding her hand. The audience slowly quieted down, curious about what the CEO wanted to say. Victoria looked out at the hundreds of faces staring at her. Executives, managers, employees, board members. People she had worked with for years. People who thought they knew her. People who called her the Ice Queen when they thought she could not hear. Her heart was beating so fast she thought it might jump out of her chest. Her hands were shaking, but she held onto Emma's hand tightly. Her daughter gave her strength. "I have something to say," Victoria repeated. Her voice was not cold this time. It was soft. It was real. It was human. The room was completely silent now. You could hear a pin drop. Everyone waited. "Most of you know me as Victoria Hartwell, CEO of this company," Victoria began. "You know me as someone who is always professional, always focused on business, always cold." A few uncomfortable laughs scattered through the audience. Victoria swallowed hard and continued. "What you just saw was my daughter Emma playing piano. She learned this piece in just 3 months. 3 months. Most people would need years to play something that beautiful, but Emma is special. She's talented. She's dedicated. She's amazing." Victoria paused. Her voice cracked a little. Emma squeezed her mother's hand. "But I didn't know any of this," Victoria continued. "I didn't know my daughter could play piano. I didn't know she wanted to learn. I didn't know because I never asked. I never paid attention. I was too busy working. Too busy running this company. Too busy being successful. Too busy being everything except what Emma needed most. A mother." The room was so quiet now that people barely breathed. This was not the Victoria they knew. This was someone completely different. "My daughter learned to play piano from Marcus Chen," Victoria said. She looked out into the audience until she found Marcus sitting at his table. "Some of you might not know who Marcus is. He works the night shift. He's a janitor. He cleans your offices after you go home." Marcus felt every eye in the room turned toward him. His face turned red. Lily held onto his arm tightly. He wanted to disappear. "But Marcus is much more than a janitor," Victoria said, her voice getting stronger. "He's a trained piano teacher. He used to teach at a prestigious music academy. But life gave him challenges. His wife died. He has a daughter to raise alone. He works 3 jobs to pay for his daughter's medical treatments. He had to give up teaching music to survive." Victoria took a breath. Tears were rolling down her face now, but she did not stop talking. 3 months ago, Marcus found Emma alone in my office late at night. She was scared. She was lonely. And instead of just walking away, instead of ignoring her like everyone else did, Marcus sat with her. He made music for her with just his voice. He made her smile. He made her forget her fear. Emma was crying now too. She remembered that first night. The night that changed everything. Marcus offered to teach Emma piano for free, Victoria continued. Not because he wanted money. Not because he wanted something from me. But because he saw a lonely child who wanted to learn, and he had the ability to help, so he brought his old keyboard to work. He taught Emma during his break times. He gave her something precious. He gave her confidence. He gave her joy. He gave her a dream. Victoria wiped her eyes with her free hand. She looked directly at Marcus across the room. "And while he was teaching Emma, I was watching," Victoria said. "Every lesson. Every single one. I watched through the security cameras. I saw every moment of patience. Every word of encouragement. Every time Marcus made my daughter laugh. I watched a stranger give my daughter what I should have been giving her all along. Love, attention, support." The room was not just silent anymore. People were crying. Big tough executives had tears on their faces. Women were reaching for tissues. Even the board members looked emotional. "I watched because I was afraid," Victoria admitted. "I was afraid to step into that room. I was afraid to be close to Emma. When my husband died 6 years ago, I was so heartbroken that I decided love was dangerous. I decided caring about people made you weak. So I built walls around my heart. I became cold. I became distant. I became exactly like my own mother, who did the same thing to me." Victoria's voice broke completely. She put her hand over her mouth for a moment, trying to compose herself. Emma reached up and touched her mother's arm. "But watching Marcus teach Emma, I realized something," Victoria said, her voice shaking. "Being cold doesn't protect you. It just makes you alone. Being distant doesn't make you strong. It just makes you empty. I spent 6 years thinking I was protecting Emma by keeping my distance. But really, I was just abandoning her. I was making her feel unloved. I was making her feel like she wasn't good enough. Victoria looked down at Emma. She got down on her knees so she was at Emma's level. She took both of Emma's hands in hers. "Emma, I'm sorry," Victoria said, her voice loud enough for everyone to hear through the microphone. "I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I'm sorry I told you music wasn't important. I'm sorry I made you feel like being blind made you less valuable. I'm sorry I was so focused on work that I forgot the most important job I'll ever have, being your mother." Emma was sobbing now. "Mother, I love you, Emma," Victoria said. "I should have said it every day. I should have shown it every day. But I was broken inside and I didn't know how. Marcus taught you piano, but he also taught me something more important. He taught me that it's never too late to change. It's never too late to try. It's never too late to love." Victoria stood up and pulled Emma into a tight hug. Mother and daughter held each other on stage while 300 people watched. Many people in the audience were not even trying to hide their tears anymore. This was real. This was raw. This was beautiful. After a long moment, Victoria pulled back. She turned to face the audience again. She still held Emma's hand. "Marcus Chen has never asked me for anything," Victoria said. "Not once. But I'm going to give him something anyway. Actually, I'm going to give this city something, and Marcus is going to help me do it." Marcus felt confused. What was she talking about? "As of today, I'm announcing the creation of the Hartwell Music Education Program," Victoria said. "This will be a new division of Hartwell Industries focused on providing free music education to children who can't afford it. Children with disabilities. Children from poor families. Children who have dreams but no opportunities." Gasps went through the audience. This was huge. This was not just a charity donation. This was a whole new program. "Marcus Chen will be the director of this program," Victoria continued. "He will oversee a team of music teachers. We will build state-of-the-art music studios. We will provide instruments. We will give scholarships. We will change lives through music, the same way Marcus changed Emma's life, the same way Emma's music changed mine." Marcus could not believe what he was hearing. Director of a whole program? Him a janitor? "Mr. Chen, please come to the stage," Victoria said, looking right at him. Marcus shook his head. He could not move. This was too much. This was not real, but Lily pushed him. "Go, Daddy, go!" Slowly, Marcus stood up. His legs felt shaky. He walked toward the stage. Everyone was watching him. Everyone was applauding. When he reached the stage, Victoria extended her hand to him. Marcus climbed the steps and stood next to Victoria and Emma. He felt like he was in a dream. "I don't understand," Marcus said quietly, even though his voice carried through the microphone Victoria held. "It's simple," Victoria said. "You're a gifted teacher. You have a good heart. You care about children. You deserve a chance to do what you love again. And this city needs people like you, so I'm giving you this opportunity, if you want it." "What about my daughter?" Marcus asked. "Her medical bills, full health insurance for your entire family," Victoria said. "Salary 10 times what you make now. An apartment near the music studio so you don't have to travel far. A scholarship fund for Lily's education all the way through college. Everything you need." Marcus felt tears burning in his eyes. This was everything. Everything he had dreamed about. Everything he had given up hope of ever having again. "Why?" Marcus asked. "Why are you doing this?" "Because you gave me my daughter back," Victoria said simply. "You helped me see what was really important. You can't put a price on that. This is not payment. This is gratitude," Victoria turned back to the audience. "And this is also a promise. A promise to Emma, to all the employees here, and to myself. I'm going to change. I'm going to be better. I'm going to remember that success means nothing if you don't have love. That money means nothing if you don't have connection. That power means nothing if you don't use it to help others." The applause started again, but this time it was different. It was not just polite clapping. It was standing ovation mixed with cheers and whistles. People were genuinely moved by what they had heard. The Ice Queen had melted, and everyone could see it was real. Victoria turned to Marcus and extended her hand. "So, Mr. Chen, do you accept?" Marcus looked at Emma, who was smiling through her tears. He looked out at the audience and found Lily in the crowd. His daughter was jumping up and down with excitement. Marcus thought about his wife, Sarah. She would be so proud right now. She always told him that good things come to good people. "You won't be here much longer," Victoria said. "I'll have my assistant find you a good apartment this week. Something nice, safe. close to where the music studio will be. You don't have to do all this, Marcus said, though his voice showed he was grateful. Yes, I do, Victoria said firmly. You changed my life, Marcus. You gave me back my daughter. You reminded me what matters. This is the least I can do. Marcus nodded. He got out of the car with Lily. Before they walked away, Emma rolled down her window. Mr. Marcus? Emma called out. Yes, Emma? Thank you for believing in me when no one else did, Emma said. You're the best teacher in the whole world. You're the best student in the whole world, Marcus replied. And Emma? I'll always believe in you, always. Emma smiled. Victoria drove away and Marcus watched the expensive car disappear down the street. He looked down at Lily. Did that really just happen? Marcus asked. Yes, Daddy, Lily said, squeezing his hand. Dreams really do come true. They went upstairs to their small apartment. It was tiny and old, but it was home. Marcus looked around at their few belongings. The broken couch, the scratched table, the small kitchen. Soon they would leave this place. Soon they would have something better. But Marcus felt grateful even for this small apartment, because it had sheltered them during the hard times. It had kept them safe. It had been enough. Marcus tucked Lily into bed that night. She was so excited she could barely close her eyes. Daddy, do you think Mommy can see us from heaven? Lily asked. Marcus felt his throat tighten. I think so, sweetheart. Why? Because I think she would be really proud of you tonight, Lily said. You helped Emma, you helped her mom, and now you're going to help lots of other kids. Mommy always said you had the biggest heart of anyone she knew. Tears filled Marcus's eyes. Your mommy was a special lady. I miss her, Lily said quietly. I miss her too, Marcus admitted. Every day. But she would be happy that we're happy. She would want us to keep living, keep loving, keep helping people. That's what we're doing, Lily said. We're making Mommy proud. Yes, we are, Marcus said. He kissed Lily's forehead. Now sleep. Tomorrow is a big day. We have a whole new life starting. Lily closed her eyes. Within minutes, she was asleep. Marcus sat next to her bed for a while, just watching her breathe. His precious daughter. His reason for everything. Across the city, Victoria was putting Emma to bed too. But this time she did not just say goodnight and leave. She sat on Emma's bed. She held Emma's hand. Mother, can I ask you something? Emma said. Anything, baby. Are you really going to be different now? Or will you go back to being busy and cold? Victoria's heart broke at the question. Emma had been hurt so many times by Victoria's distance. Of course she was afraid it would happen again. I promise I'm going to be different, Victoria said. I won't be perfect. I'll still have to work. But I'll make time for you. I'll be present. I'll show you every day that you're the most important thing in my life. How do I know you mean it? Emma asked. Her voice was small and scared. Victoria thought for a moment. Then she had an idea. Do you remember the bracelet your father gave you when you were little? The one with the heart charm? Yes, Emma said. I keep it in my jewelry box. It's special. I have one too, Victoria said. We bought them together. His and hers. After he died, I put mine away because it hurt too much to wear it. But I'm going to wear it again, starting tomorrow. And every time you ask if I'm keeping my promise, you can feel my wrist. If I'm wearing the bracelet, you'll know I'm keeping my promise. Deal? Deal, Emma said. She smiled and squeezed her mother's hand. Victoria stayed with Emma until she fell asleep. Then she went to her own room. She opened her jewelry box and found the bracelet. It was silver with a small heart charm. Robert's had been gold. They were meant to be a pair. Victoria put the bracelet on her wrist. It felt strange after all these years, but it also felt right. Like she was honoring Robert's memory. Like she was honoring the love they had shared. That night, Victoria did not work. She did not check emails. She did not review reports. She just sat in her room and thought about everything that had happened. She thought about how close she had come to losing Emma completely. She thought about how a simple act of kindness from a janitor had changed everything. She thought about her own mother, Catherine, who had died without ever saying she loved Victoria. Victoria had promised herself she would never be like her mother. But she had become exactly like her. Cold, distant, focused on success instead of love. But it was not too late. Tonight proved it was not too late. She could change. She could be better. She could be the mother Emma deserved. Victoria made another promise to herself that night. She would never let work consume her again. She would never let fear keep her from loving. She would never let Emma feel alone or unloved, even if it was hard, even if it meant being vulnerable, even if it meant feeling pain sometimes. Because love was worth it. Connection was worth it. Being present was worth it. Victoria looked at the bracelet on her wrist. "I'm keeping my promises, Robert," she whispered to her late husband. "I'm taking care of our girl. I'm being the person you always believed I could be. I'm sorry it took me so long." She felt like Robert was there with her somehow, smiling, proud, forgiving her for the years she wasted, encouraging her to keep going, to keep trying, to keep loving. Victoria went to sleep that night feeling something she had not felt in years. Peace. Real, deep peace. Not the fake calm she got from burying her emotions, but genuine peace that came from doing the right thing, from being authentic, from opening her heart. The next morning, everything began to change. Victoria called an emergency board meeting. She presented a detailed plan for the Hartwell Music Education Program. The board approved it unanimously. They gave her a budget of $5 million to start. More would come if the program succeeded. Victoria called Marcus. "Can you come to my office today? We need to start planning." "Of course," Marcus said. "What time?" "Whenever you can," Victoria said. "You're the director now. You make your own schedule." Marcus laughed. He was still getting used to this new reality. He called his boss at the janitorial company and quit. He called his other 2 part-time jobs and quit those too. For the first time in 3 years, he only had one job, and it was a job he loved. Marcus went to Victoria's office that afternoon. They spent 4 hours planning. They looked at possible locations for the music studio. They discussed hiring teachers. They talked about what instruments to buy. They planned scholarships and outreach programs. "I want to reach as many children as possible," Victoria said. "Not just in Seattle. Eventually, I want this program in every major city. I want to prove that music education should be available to everyone, not just people who can afford it." "That's ambitious," Marcus said. "But I think we can do it. We start small, we prove the model works, then we expand." "Exactly," Victoria agreed. While they planned, Emma and Lily played in the corner of the office. Victoria had asked Marcus to bring Lily to the meeting. She wanted the girls to spend time together. She wanted Emma to have a real friend. The girls played imaginary games. They told stories. They laughed. It was beautiful to watch. Victoria found herself looking over at them every few minutes. She could not stop smiling. At one point, Marcus noticed Victoria watching the girls. "You're doing it right now," he said. "Doing what?" "Being present," Marcus said. "Being a mom. Just watching your daughter be happy. That's what it's all about." Victoria felt tears prick her eyes. "I've missed so much. So many years." "You can't get those years back," Marcus said gently. "But you have now. You have today. You have tomorrow. That's what matters." Victoria nodded. He was right. She could not change the past. But she could create a better future. Over the next 2 weeks, things moved quickly. Victoria's assistant found a perfect location for the music studio. It was a large building near downtown with good parking and public transportation access. It had high ceilings and lots of natural light. It was perfect. Contractors worked around the clock to renovate the space. They built practice rooms. They installed soundproofing. They created a large recital hall. They made everything accessible for people with disabilities. Wide doorways, ramps, braille signs. Marcus interviewed teachers. He hired 5 excellent instructors to start. All of them shared his passion for music education. All of them believed every child deserved a chance to learn. Victoria bought instruments, dozens of them, pianos, keyboards, violins, cellos, guitars, flutes, drums. She spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, but she did not care. This was an investment in children. There was no price too high for that. The local news heard about the program. They wanted to do a story. Victoria agreed, but only if Marcus and Emma were part of it. This was their story as much as hers. The news crew came to the new music studio. They interviewed Victoria, Marcus, and Emma. They filmed Emma playing piano. They talked about how music could change lives. When the story aired, the response was overwhelming. Hundreds of families called asking about the program. Teachers from other schools wanted to volunteer. Other companies offered to donate money and instruments. The idea was spreading. Victoria watched the news story with Emma that night. They sat on the couch together in their apartment. 6 months passed. Winter turned to spring. The trees bloomed with flowers. The days got longer, and the Hartwell Music Education Program grew bigger than anyone had imagined. The original 100 students became 200, then 300. The waiting list had over 1,000 names. Other companies offered donations. Famous musicians heard about the program and volunteered to teach master classes. The building that seemed so big at first was now too small. Marcus worked harder than he had ever worked in his life. But it was different from before. When he was a janitor working 3 jobs, he was exhausted and stressed. Now, even though he worked long hours, he felt energized. He felt fulfilled. He was doing what he loved. He was changing lives. That made all the difference. Marcus hired 20 more teachers. He opened 3 more locations across Seattle. He created a program for hospitals just like Lily had suggested. Music therapists visited sick children and brought them instruments and joy. The program was exactly what Marcus had always dreamed of creating. But the best part was not the success. The best part was seeing the children, seeing their faces light up when they played their first song, seeing their confidence grow, seeing them believe in themselves for the first time. There was David, the little boy with glasses who wanted to play violin. He was getting so good that Marcus entered him in a citywide competition. David won 2nd place. His mother cried happy tears. There was Maria, a girl with cerebral palsy who could not control her hands very well. But she learned to play drums. The rhythm did not require precise finger movements. She became amazing. She said music made her feel free. There was James, a boy from a very poor family. His father was in jail. His mother worked 2 jobs. James was angry at the world. But then he learned guitar. He wrote songs about his feelings. Music became his outlet. He stopped getting in fights at school. His grades improved. Every child had a story. Every child was changed by music, and Marcus got to witness all of it. He felt like the luckiest person in the world. Victoria changed too. She was still CEO of Hartwell Industries, but her priorities shifted. She worked fewer hours. She delegated more. She hired people she trusted to handle things she used to insist on doing herself. Most importantly, Victoria was present for Emma. She had dinner with Emma every night. She helped Emma with homework. She read books to Emma before bed. Even though Emma was getting too old for it, Emma did not care. She loved hearing her mother's voice. Victoria also started taking piano lessons from Marcus. She was not as talented as Emma, but she worked hard. Every Tuesday evening, after Emma's lesson, Victoria had her own lesson. She practiced during lunch breaks at work. She played on the piano in the music studio late at night when everyone else had gone home. Learning piano was difficult for Victoria. She had spent so many years being perfect at everything, being good at business, making no mistakes. Now learning something new, she made mistakes constantly. Wrong notes, bad timing, clumsy fingers. But Marcus was patient with her. Just like he was patient with Emma. Just like he was patient with all his students. "You're being too hard on yourself," Marcus told Victoria one evening. She had just messed up the same section 3 times in a row. "I should be better by now," Victoria said, frustrated. "I've been practicing for months." "Music is not a race," Marcus said. "It's not about being the best. It's about expressing yourself. It's about joy. You're so focused on perfection that you forget to enjoy the process." Victoria stopped playing. She thought about his words. He was right. She was approaching piano the same way she approached business. With goals. With metrics. With pressure to succeed. "How do I stop doing that?" Victoria asked. "Play for fun," Marcus said. "Play because you want to, not because you should. Play like no one is listening. Play like a child," Victoria tried. She played the song again. This time she did not worry about mistakes. She just played. And yes, she made mistakes. But she also smiled. She felt the music instead of just thinking about it. It was freeing. "Better," Marcus said, grinning. "Much better." After that lesson, Victoria sat in the practice room alone. She thought about how much she had learned from Marcus. Not just about piano, but about life. About letting go of control. About accepting imperfection. About being present instead of always thinking about the next thing. Marcus had taught her how to be human again. How to feel. How to connect. She would always be grateful for that. Emma continued to excel at piano. Marcus said she was the most talented student he had ever taught. She memorized complex pieces quickly. She played with emotion that students twice her age could not match. Her blindness was not a disadvantage. It was an advantage. She heard music differently. She felt it deeper. Marcus started entering Emma in competitions. At first, Victoria was nervous. She did not want Emma to be hurt if she lost. But Emma was excited. She wanted to challenge herself. Emma's first competition was in March. She was competing against students who had been playing for 5 or 6 years. Emma had only been playing for 8 months. Victoria thought Emma had no chance of winning. But she supported Emma anyway. The competition was held in a big auditorium. 50 young pianists from all over Washington state competed. Victoria sat in the audience holding Emma's hand. Marcus sat on Emma's other side. Lily was there too, cheering for Emma. When Emma's turn came, Victoria felt her heart pounding. Emma walked to the piano with her white cane. Some people in the audience whispered. Victoria heard them. Is that girl blind? How can she play if she can't see? This should be interesting. Victoria felt angry. These people were judging Emma before hearing her play. But then Victoria remembered what Marcus always said. Let the music speak. Let Emma prove them wrong. Emma sat at the piano. She found middle C with her fingers. She took a deep breath. Then she began to play Beethoven's Für Elise. It was a beautiful, famous piece, and Emma played it perfectly. The room went silent. Every person stopped whispering. They just listened. Emma's fingers danced across the keys. Her face showed concentration but also joy. She was not just playing notes. She was telling a story. When Emma finished, the room erupted in applause. Some people stood up. Victoria had tears streaming down her face. She was so proud she thought her heart might burst. Emma did not win first place. She got third place. But Victoria did not care. And more importantly, Emma did not care. She was just happy she got to perform. She was happy she proved she could compete with anyone. After the competition, several people approached Victoria and Marcus. They asked about Emma. They asked about the music program. Word was spreading about what they were doing. One woman introduced herself as a reporter for a national news network. I'd love to do a story about your daughter and your music program, she said to Victoria. This is inspiring. People need to hear about this. Victoria looked at Marcus. He nodded. They agreed. The news story aired 2 weeks later. It was a 10-minute segment about Emma, Marcus, Victoria, and the Hartwell Music Education Program. The reporter talked about how a janitor and a CEO worked together to create something beautiful. How music brought them together. How one act of kindness created ripples across an entire city. The response was overwhelming. The program received donations from all over the country. Other cities called asking how to start similar programs. Musicians offered to volunteer. Instrument makers offered to donate products. Marcus could not keep up with all the interest. Victoria hired an assistant just to help Marcus manage everything. The program was becoming bigger than they ever dreamed, but success brought challenges too. Some people criticized the program. They said Victoria was just doing this for publicity. They said it was a tax write-off. They said rich people always had ulterior motives. Victoria read the negative comments and felt hurt. But Marcus gave her good advice. You can't control what people think, he said. You can only control your actions. You know why you're doing this. Emma knows. The 300 children in this program know. That's what matters. Victoria realized he was right. She stopped reading comments online. She stopped caring about critics. She focused on the work, on the children, on what really mattered. In May, something wonderful happened. The program received its biggest donation yet. An anonymous donor gave $10 million. The note said simply, "Thank you for changing my daughter's life. She's one of your students. Music saved her. This is me saying thank you." Victoria tried to find out who the donor was, but they wanted to remain anonymous. That was okay. What mattered was what the money could do. Marcus could expand to more cities, help more children, create more opportunities. Marcus and Victoria decided to open programs in 5 new cities: Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Denver. It would take time to set up. They would need to hire directors for each location, find buildings, hire teachers, but it was possible. The money made it possible. As spring turned to summer, Victoria made another big change. She promoted her assistant to vice president. She gave him more responsibilities. She stepped back from the day-to-day operations of Hartwell Industries. Her board was surprised. "Are you sure?" they asked. "This is your company." "I'm sure," Victoria said. "I built this company, but I don't need to run every detail anymore. I trust my team, and I want more time for other things, for Emma, for the music program, for living." "You let Emma in," Marcus pointed out. "You let me in. You let Lily in. You know how?" "That's different," Victoria said quietly. "That's family. That's friendship. Romance is different. Romance is more vulnerable." They sat in silence for a moment. Then Marcus said something that surprised both of them. "What if it wasn't different? What if romance was just friendship but deeper? What if it was just letting someone see all of you and choosing to stay anyway?" Victoria looked at him, really looked at him, and she saw something in his eyes. Something warm. Something hopeful. Something that made her heart beat faster. "Marcus," she said softly. "Are you saying—" "I'm saying I care about you," Marcus admitted, "as more than a friend. I've been scared to say anything because I didn't want to ruin what we have. But watching you with Emma, working with you every day, seeing you change and grow, I've fallen in love with you, Victoria. And if you don't feel the same way, I understand. We can pretend I never said anything. But I had to tell you the truth." Victoria felt like she could not breathe. Marcus loved her? How long had she been blind to this? Or maybe she had known but was too afraid to acknowledge it. "I'm scared," Victoria whispered. "I'm scared too," Marcus said. "But maybe we can be scared together." Victoria thought about Robert. She thought about how much she had loved him. She thought about how devastated she was when he died. She had promised herself she would never love anyone like that again because losing them would be too painful. But looking at Marcus now, she realized something. Love was worth the risk. Connection was worth the vulnerability. Being alone to avoid pain was not living. It was just existing. "I love you too," Victoria said. "I think I have for a while. I just didn't want to admit it." Marcus smiled. It was the biggest, brightest smile Victoria had ever seen. He reached across the desk and took her hand. "So what do we do now?" he asked. "We take it slow," Victoria said. "We figure it out together. We see where this goes." "I can do slow," Marcus said, "as long as we're doing it together." They sat there holding hands across the desk. Two people who had both lost the loves of their lives. Two people who thought they would never love again. Two people who found each other in the most unexpected way. Outside the office, Emma and Lily were listening at the door. When they heard Victoria and Marcus confess their feelings, they grabbed each other's hands and jumped up and down silently. "I told you," Lily whispered. "I told you they liked each other." "You were right," Emma whispered back. "We're going to be real sisters." The girls ran away before Marcus and Victoria could catch them eavesdropping. They went to the recital hall and danced around in circles, too excited to contain themselves. Over the next 6 months, Marcus and Victoria dated. They went slowly, just like Victoria wanted. They went to dinners. They went to movies. They went to concerts. They spent time together as a family with Emma and Lily. The girls were thrilled. They got to have sleepovers all the time. They got to go on family trips together. They got to be sisters in every way that mattered. The music program continued to grow. By the end of the year, they had expanded to 12 cities. Over 2,000 children were enrolled. The program won a national award for excellence in arts education. Marcus and Victoria accepted the award together on stage, holding hands. In March, on the 1-year anniversary of the first gala where everything changed, Hartwell Industries held another gala. But this one was different. This one was specifically to celebrate the music program. The event was held at the main music studio. The recital hall was packed with donors, students, families, teachers, and supporters. Emma performed again, this time playing both piano and guitar. She had gotten so good at guitar that Marcus said she would be a professional musician someday if she wanted to be. After Emma's performance, Marcus and Victoria took the stage together. "1 year ago, I stood on a stage like this and told you all about my failures as a mother," Victoria began. "I told you how a janitor taught my daughter piano while I watched through security cameras, too afraid to be present in her life." The audience listened quietly. Many of them remembered that night. "Today I'm here to tell you a different story," Victoria continued. "A story about second chances. A story about how one act of kindness created ripples that turned into waves. A story about how music brings people together and heals broken hearts. Marcus took over. When I sat with Emma that first night and hummed songs to help her feel less scared, I had no idea what would happen. I was just trying to be kind. I was just trying to help a lonely child. But that kindness started a chain reaction that changed my life. That changed Victoria's life. That changed Emma's life. That changed thousands of lives. We've learned so much this year, Victoria said. We've learned that it's never too late to change. Never too late to open your heart. Never too late to pursue your dreams. We've learned that the things that really matter in life are not money or success or status. The things that matter are love and connection and helping others. We've learned that music is magic, Marcus added. It brings strangers together. It gives children confidence. It heals wounds. It creates joy. And we're just getting started. We have plans to expand to 30 cities next year, to reach 10,000 children, to change even more lives. The audience applauded, but Marcus held up his hand. He had more to say. But before we go any further, I need to do something, Marcus said. He looked at Victoria. Something I've been planning for a while. Victoria looked confused. They had planned this speech together. This was not part of the plan. Marcus got down on one knee. The audience gasped. Victoria put her hand over her mouth. Victoria Hartwell, Marcus said. You changed my life. You gave me back my purpose. You made me believe in love again. You're my partner in work and in life. You're my best friend. And I want to make it official. Will you marry me? Marcus pulled out a small box. Inside was a beautiful ring with a simple diamond. Victoria was crying. Happy tears, overwhelmed tears. She looked out at the audience. She saw Emma and Lily in the front row. Both girls were grinning and crying too. Yes, Victoria said. Yes, yes, yes. The audience exploded with applause and cheers. Marcus stood up and put the ring on Victoria's finger. Then he kissed her. Their first public kiss. It was perfect. Emma and Lily ran up on stage. The four of them hugged in a group. A family, a real family. Not by blood, but by choice, by love, by everything that really mattered. The wedding was 3 months later in June. It was small and intimate. Just close friends and family. They got married at the music studio, in the same recital hall where everything had started. Emma and Lily were flower girls. They wore matching pink dresses and carried roses. Emma played piano during the ceremony. She played the song she had composed called Thank You, but she had expanded it, made it longer, made it more beautiful. She played it while Victoria walked down the aisle. Everyone cried. Marcus and Victoria said their vows in front of their loved ones. They promised to support each other, to love each other, to build a life together, to be partners in everything. When they were pronounced husband and wife, they kissed while everyone cheered. Emma and Lily ran up and hugged them. The four of them stood there together, a blended family, a beautiful family, a family built on music and kindness and second chances. The reception was filled with music naturally. Students performed. Teachers performed. Even Victoria played piano. She was still not great, but she had improved a lot. More importantly, she played with joy, without fear, without pressure, just for the love of music. Late in the evening, after most guests had left, Marcus, Victoria, Emma, and Lily sat together at a table. They were exhausted but happy. I have an announcement, Emma said. Lily and I have been talking, and we decided we don't want to be stepsisters. Victoria and Marcus looked concerned. What did that mean? We want to be real sisters, Lily explained. So we're taking the same last name. Emma Hartwell Chen and Lily Hartwell Chen. Both girls looked at their parents hopefully. Marcus and Victoria looked at each other. They smiled. I think that's a wonderful idea, Victoria said. Me too, Marcus agreed. The girls squealed with excitement. They hugged each other. They had been planning this for weeks. They wanted to make it official. They were sisters now. Really, truly sisters. As the night ended and they all went home together, to their new shared home that they had bought together, the four of them felt complete. They had all been broken in different ways. Victoria by grief and cold parenting, Marcus by loss and financial struggle, Emma by loneliness and feeling less than because of her disability, Lily by losing her mother and living in poverty. But they had found each other. They had healed each other. They had built something beautiful together. 5 years later, the Hartwell Music Education Program operated in all 50 states. Over 50,000 children were enrolled. The program had won international recognition. Other countries started similar programs based on their model. Music education became more accessible than ever before. Marcus and Victoria continued to run the program together. They were partners in everything. They traveled to different cities to open new locations. They trained teachers. They raised money. They changed lives every single day.